What if I told you that the right words could make him fall for you, deeply, passionately, and forever? Press that like button and subscribe, because in today's video, we're diving into something you've never heard before. We're blending the ancient wisdom of Stoicism with the profound insights of Carl Jung to craft the perfect communication tools to win his heart. Welcome back to the channel, where we mix deep psychology with practical advice to guide you through the ups and downs of dating and relationships. This isn't your typical play hard to get advice. No, we're talking about tapping into your authentic self, understanding the deeper layers of emotions, and speaking from a place of strength. Imagine not just winning him over, but creating a lasting, meaningful connection. We'll get there with metaphorical examples, real-life stories, and timeless wisdom from some of the greatest minds ever to walk the earth. And hey, if your past relationships didn't turn out as planned, don't worry. Life has a funny way of steering us toward what we truly need. The universe always takes what's broken and turns it into something better. Remember, every failure is a lesson, a step closer to something more beautiful. So take a deep breath and know that you're on the right path. Now, here's a little fun task for you. I want you to write in the comments, "He's already mine." Because guess what? The moment you say it, you're already on your way. Believe it, claim it, and let the universe hear it. Ready to find out what to say to him and win his heart? Stick around, because what comes next will change your approach to love forever. Number 1. The foundation of love. Understand yourself. First, here's a little truth bomb. You can't build a strong house on a shaky foundation. Let that sink in for a second. Before we dive into all the things you can say to make him fall head over heels for you, we've got to start with the most important thing, understanding yourself. Seriously, if you don't know who you are, how can you expect anyone else to? And no, I'm not talking about just your favorite ice cream flavor or whether you prefer cats over dogs. I'm talking about your core, your values, your needs, your boundaries. Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." This isn't some fluffy quote. This is the heart of what makes relationships work. The more you understand yourself, the better you can show up in any relationship. And that starts with you knowing exactly what you're bringing to the table. If you don't know your worth, how can you expect someone else to? It's not about waiting for someone to tell you that you're amazing. It's about realizing it on your own. Now, I can hear you asking, okay, but how do I even begin to understand myself better? Don't worry, I've got you. First, take some time for self-reflection. Sit in a quiet place, grab your journal, or a napkin if that's all you've got, and ask yourself, what do I really value in life? What are the qualities I need in a partner? What are my non-negotiables? The answers will come, and as you dig deeper, you'll start to uncover the things that truly matter to you, not just in a partner, but in life. And here's a fun little twist. Create your self-love playlist. What do I mean by this? Put on your favorite songs, the ones that make you feel like you can take on the world, and listen to them while thinking about who you are when you feel the most alive. Whether it's belting out a power ballad in the car or dancing around in your room, these songs will remind you of your inner strength and power. That energy is the foundation you need to build anything solid in your life, including love. So, here's your affirmation. I am worthy of love, and I know who I am. Say it out loud, write it down, and own it. The more you believe this, the more you'll attract exactly what you deserve. Trust me, when you understand yourself fully, everything else falls into place. And guess what? We're just getting started. Stick around, because what's coming next will show you how to take this inner power and translate it into connection with him. Number 2. Speak your truth. Vulnerability is strength. Imagine vulnerability like a window. It lets the light in. Think about it. When you open a window, the sunlight floods into the room, making everything brighter and clearer. In relationships, vulnerability works the same way. By letting your emotions out, you're allowing both you and your partner to see the real, unfiltered version of each other. And believe me, that's where the magic happens. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but won't being vulnerable make me weak? Won't it push him away? Actually, the opposite is true. Stoicism teaches us emotional control. It's all about being composed, right? But here's the kicker. Expressing vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's a different kind of strength. It shows emotional maturity. It shows you're strong enough to be open, to be real, even when you're afraid. And that's powerful. Carl Jung believed that by embracing our shadows, those parts of ourselves we try to hide, we find true freedom. So, showing your vulnerability doesn't make you fragile. It makes you whole. Let me give you a real-life example. A woman once told her partner, "I feel anxious when you don't text me back, but I understand I need to manage my own feelings." Notice what she did there. She didn't demand him to text more or accuse him of anything. She simply shared how she felt. By doing so, she gave herself space to process her emotions, and she gave him the opportunity to connect with her on a deeper level. She was not seeking to change his behavior. She was opening the door for understanding. So, here's the actionable advice. Don't hide your true emotions. If you're feeling something, whether it's anxiety, excitement, or even frustration, express it in a healthy way. Say something like, "I need you to understand that I'm feeling X, and here's why." That authenticity, it builds trust. It shows him that you're secure enough in yourself to be real with him. And that, my friend, will make him want to connect with you more. Now, let's add a little fun twist. Vulnerability doesn't always have to be heavy. You can share something quirky or funny about yourself that might make him laugh. Maybe tell him about the time you tripped in public, or how you once had an embarrassing mix-up with autocorrect. Showing a bit of your shameless side lightens the mood and helps you both feel more comfortable. Here's your affirmation for today. I am strong in my vulnerability, and my truth is powerful. Say it out loud, and remember, the more you let the light in, the more your connection will shine. And stay tuned, because what comes next is going to show you how to truly build the emotional bond you've been craving. Number 3. The power of I choose you. Love is a lot like a garden. It doesn't just happen overnight. It grows, blossoms, and flourishes because you choose to water it every single day. When you say, "I choose you," it's like planting the seeds for something beautiful. It's not just a statement of affection. It's a commitment to nurturing the relationship and making it better with each passing day. Every time you choose him, you're saying, "I see you, I respect you, and I'm ready to grow with you." And that's exactly what makes this phrase so powerful. Now, let's break this down a little deeper. Carl Jung's idea of individuation is the process of becoming the fullest version of yourself. And guess what? That applies to your relationship too. When you choose him, you're not just choosing him as he is right now. You're also choosing the future you're going to build together. You're committing to growing and evolving as a couple, even when things get tough or the road gets rocky. It's about two individuals coming together and choosing each other day after day, supporting each other's growth and building something that lasts. Here's an actionable piece of advice. Practice saying, "I choose you." You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. Do it when you're alone, standing in front of the mirror. Think about what you're truly choosing in this relationship. Are you choosing love, respect, adventure? Maybe you're choosing loyalty or a partnership that can withstand anything. When you say it to yourself, you'll start to understand what truly matters to you. And when you say it to him, it'll carry so much more meaning. Now, let me share a real-life example. Think of a couple you know that has a long-lasting, happy relationship. What's their secret? It's simple. They choose each other every day. It's not about perfection or big gestures. It's about consistently showing up for one another. They make the conscious choice to stay connected, to grow, and to nurture what they have. And when things aren't perfect, they still choose each other. That's the magic behind this phrase. Let's add a fun twist. The next time you tell him, "I choose you," do it in a playful way. Leave a little note for him. "I choose you. Now let's choose dinner." It lightens the mood and reminds both of you that love doesn't always have to be serious. It's the small, fun choices that keep the bond alive. Here's your affirmation for today. I choose love. I choose growth. I choose him. Say it out loud and really feel it. By choosing him every day, you're building a love that's rooted in commitment, understanding, and the promise of something beautiful. And guess what? We're just warming up. Stick with me, because next we'll dive into how to really connect emotionally and build trust like never before. Not per the minute. Number 4. Words matter. How was your day? Imagine your words as seeds, small, seemingly simple things that, when planted with care, grow into something much bigger. In a relationship, those words, no matter how small they seem, are the foundation of the bond you're creating. And one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can say to him is, "How was your day?" It might sound like a no-brainer, but trust me, this question holds so much power. It shows him that you're genuinely interested, that you care, and that you value his experiences, no matter how big or small. Carl Jung believed that communication is the bridge between minds. It's through communication that we truly connect with another person. When you ask him, "How was your day?" you're not just filling the silence. You're inviting him to open up and share a piece of his world with you. It's an invitation to understand his thoughts, his emotions, his experiences. And when he shares, don't rush in with advice or a solution. Stoicism teaches us that it's not about what happens to us, but how we respond to it. When he tells you about his day, it's not about fixing it. It's about listening and responding with empathy. Here's a little actionable tip for you. When he's stressed or upset, don't jump in with solutions. Don't try to fix it right away. Instead, ask him, "How was your day?" and genuinely listen. Often, just being a sounding board is more helpful than any advice you could offer. Active listening, truly hearing him out, creates an emotional space where he can feel seen and validated. This simple practice of empathy strengthens the bond between you two more than you realize. Let me give you a real-life example. There's a couple who had been going through a rough patch. They weren't communicating as well as they used to, and emotional distance was growing. But one partner started asking the simple question, "How was your day?" every evening. No matter how tough or busy things got, this question became a small ritual that allowed them to reconnect. It wasn't about fixing anything. It was about hearing each other, about re-establishing that emotional intimacy. And you know what? It worked. It brought them closer together. Now, let's add a little fun twist. The next time you ask him how his day went, balance it out with something silly or surprising that happened to you. Maybe you tripped over your own feet in the grocery store, or found out your favorite snack was discontinued. Share the goofy moments. Laughter is a great way to keep the conversation light-hearted and fun, while still showing you care. Here's your affirmation for today. I listen with love, and my words create connection. Say it out loud and feel the power of your words. Remember, it's the little things that add up to big things in a relationship. And trust me, you're doing great. What's coming next will show you how to dive deeper into emotional intimacy and build trust like never before. Number 5. Create emotional safety. I've got your back. Love is like a tree. Its roots must grow deep to weather the storms. Think about it. A tree stands tall and strong, not because the weather is always calm, but because its roots are grounded firmly in the earth. In a relationship, emotional safety acts as those deep roots. When you tell him, "I've got your back," you're giving him a sense of security, letting him know that no matter what happens, you are there for him, flaws and all. You're providing a safe space for him to show up as his true self. Carl Jung understood the importance of emotional integrity. He believed that we must integrate all parts of ourselves, including our vulnerabilities, to be whole. But here's the catch. To do that, we need to feel safe in the presence of others. When you say, "I've got your back," you're giving him the emotional shelter he needs to express his fears, doubts, and weaknesses without fear of judgment. It's not about fixing anything. It's about being present with him, offering reassurance, and letting him know that you're in this together. Here's a simple yet powerful piece of advice. When you sense that he's feeling insecure or uncertain, maybe he's had a tough day at work or he's facing a challenge, tell him, "I've got your back." That's your cue to step into a place of support. You're not swooping in to save him from his problems. You're letting him know you're there, no matter what. This reassurance gives him the space to open up, and that's when trust and emotional intimacy begin to flourish. Think about a time when your partner confided in you. Maybe he shared something that made him feel vulnerable. How did you respond? Did you offer your full support, or did you judge? The simple reassurance of, "I've got your back," can make all the difference. It's not always about solving problems. It's about being the person he can rely on when things get tough. Let's add a fun twist. When you say, "I've got your back," why not get a little playful with it? I've got your back, but I also have your front, sides, and every angle. Humor has a way of lightening the mood, while still reinforcing that you're in this together, no matter what life throws your way. Here's your affirmation for today. I am a safe place for him, and my support is unwavering. Say it out loud and feel that strength. When you create emotional safety in your relationship, the bond between you both only grows stronger. And guess what? We're just getting started. Stick with me, because next we're going to talk about how to boost his confidence and keep the relationship moving forward. Number 6. I believe in you. Confidence is key. Confidence is like light. It helps someone see their own potential even when they can't see it themselves. Picture this. When you shine a light on someone, you're revealing not just their strengths, but also the possibilities they may not even realize they have. That's exactly what happens when you tell him, I believe in you. You're reflecting back his greatness, helping him tap into his own inner strength. And the best part, it works both ways. Not only does he feel supported and encouraged, but you get to witness him rise to his full potential. Stoicism teaches us that true inner strength doesn't come from external validation. It doesn't come from applause or praise. It comes from within. But sometimes we all need someone to remind us of our own power. That's where you come in. When you say, I believe in you, you're not just offering encouragement. You're giving him the gift of seeing himself the way you see him. And when he feels seen and believed in, he's more likely to push through the doubt and uncertainty that holds him back. Here's a piece of actionable advice. The next time you see him struggling, whether it's with a work challenge, a personal goal, or a moment of self-doubt, tell him, I believe in you. It's such a simple phrase, but it carries so much weight. You're not just cheering him on, you're reaffirming his potential and giving him the confidence to keep going. This can create a deeper emotional connection, as it shows him you trust not just in his abilities, but in him as a person. Let me give you a real-life example. A man once shared how his partner's unwavering belief in his dreams helped him push through tough times. He was facing a major career challenge, and when he felt like giving up, she simply said, I believe in you. It wasn't about grand gestures or fixing the problem. It was the quiet, powerful trust she had in him. That belief fueled his determination and helped him keep going. He said that every time he faced a setback, he remembered her words, and it made all the difference. Now, let's add a fun twist. After telling him, I believe in you, ask him to share a funny or embarrassing failure from his past. Maybe it's something silly from his childhood or a moment that still makes him laugh. Celebrate how far he's come since then, and remind him that everyone stumbles, but it's the getting back up that matters. This light-hearted moment reinforces that his journey, flaws and all, is something to be proud of. Here's your affirmation for today. I believe in him, and I believe in us. Say it out loud and feel the power of trust and confidence in your relationship. When you help him see his own strength, you're building something beautiful and lasting. And hold tight, because what's coming next will show you how to keep nurturing this connection and keep it growing stronger. Number 7. Respect his masculine energy. What do you need? Respect is like the soil from which love grows. Without it, nothing can thrive. Think of a garden. If the soil isn't healthy, the plants won't flourish. Likewise, in a relationship, respect is the foundation that supports everything else. And when it comes to your partner, particularly the masculine energy he brings to the relationship, respecting that energy is key to building something deep and lasting. Carl Jung believed in the importance of embracing both the masculine and feminine energies within a relationship. These energies are not about gender roles, but about recognizing and honoring the different qualities each person brings to the table. When you ask him, "What do you need?" You're acknowledging and respecting his individuality. You're not making assumptions about what he wants or needs. You're opening the door for him to express it in his own way. This not only shows him you value his perspective, but also that you're interested in meeting him where he is, rather than expecting him to meet your expectations. Here's a little actionable tip for you. Instead of guessing what he might need or expecting him to read your mind, just ask, "What do you need?" This question is a simple but powerful way to foster mutual respect and understanding. It opens the door for him to express himself freely, which can bring you both closer. It's an invitation for him to be real with you, without fear of judgment or expectation. Let me give you a real-life example. A woman once noticed her partner was going through a stressful time at work. Instead of assuming what he needed, whether it was comfort, space, or something else, she asked him, "What do you need from me right now?" His response was simple, "I need space to think." And instead of pushing him to talk or do something, she respected that need. That simple act of asking and listening made their relationship stronger because it showed that she valued his boundaries and his emotional space. Now, let's make this a little fun. When you ask him, "What do you need?" throw in a playful twist. For example, "Do you need space or just a snack?" It'll bring some humor into the conversation while still letting him know that you respect his needs, whether they're deep or light-hearted. Here's your affirmation for today. I respect his needs and I honor our connection. Say it out loud and feel the strength in respecting each other's individuality. Remember, when you embrace his masculine energy and meet him where he is, you're building a relationship that thrives. And stay with me, because what's coming next will show you how to deepen the emotional bond even further. Number 8. Lead with love. You make my heart race. Love is like a spark. It needs to be nurtured, not rushed. And sometimes the simplest words carry the deepest meaning. One of those words is, "You make my heart race." This phrase does more than express admiration. It shows passion, excitement, and the kind of attraction that doesn't fade over time. Both Stoicism and Carl Jung recognized that love is not just a feeling, it's an action. When you tell him, "You make my heart race," you're not just sharing an emotion, you're taking the lead in the relationship, showing him the depth of your connection. Here's the actionable advice. Don't hold back. When he makes your heart race, tell him. Be specific about how he impacts your life, whether it's his smile, his voice, or the way he makes you feel when you're together. Let him know. This kind of vulnerability strengthens the bond between you. Real-life example. A woman once whispered, "You make my heart race," to her partner in a quiet moment. It sparked a sense of excitement and reminded them both why they fell in love in the first place. For a fun twist, say it with flair. "You make my heart race. Now let's go do something crazy." Here's your affirmation. I express love boldly and passionately. Say it out loud and watch your connection grow stronger. So, ladies, love isn't about saying the perfect thing at the perfect time. It's about being genuine, strong, and open. With these phrases, you're not playing games. You're creating real, deep connections that will last. Try these out in your own relationship and see the magic unfold. And don't forget to share your experiences with us in the comments. Relationships are a journey, and we're here to walk it together. Remember, you've got this. Speak with love, trust the process, and watch your relationship flourish like a beautiful garden. You're building something amazing. Keep going.